Alright, got my second shipment. Oh, okay, so it's 2 pouches. Okay, so one is Lawn Strong, and the second one is called Grass Machine. Is there anything else in here? Oh, I got a booklet. 20% off promo code PESTPRO. There you go. You guys can have that if you want. So it looks like it says your lawn plan, lawn summary in this box. Oh, okay, so it tells me what I have in this box. Oh, it looks like I have a third one coming in. It's going to be Iron Booster and Winter Ready. So I got to put on Lawn Strong today-ish. Hose it on, and then around August 10th through the 17th, I have to put on Grass Machine. These pouches didn't come with these spray heads, so it's a good thing I saved them from the last time. I think it tells you in the instructions to save these for your next pouches, but yeah, they really don't send them to you. So if you don't have one, you're kind of SOL here. All right, looks easy enough. Let's go at it. So the first treatment was done around April, and then a few weeks after that, another one in March. And what you see here is the grass in the middle of July, when it's really hot here and there wasn't that much rain for a couple of weeks. While the grass is actually doing really good, the problem is that there's a lot of clovers in with the grass as well, and they are also benefiting from all this extra nutrient. So everything is growing really well, but I'm not able to get rid of any of the clovers. Instead, they're just growing more profusely. Throughout the lawn, you see these dark green patches of grass. This is the new grass that has been grown in from the Fescue Rescue, and it's honestly really good grass. I wish the entire lawn looked like that. So far, my guess is that if I keep this up year to year, more and more of the lawn will start to look like the new grass, and the old stuff should eventually get pushed out. During the middle of the hot summer months, there's not much difference between my lawn and the neighbor's yard because of how dry the weather is. If I know that the entire week it's not going to rain at all, then I will water maybe like Tuesday and Friday or something. But if there's one day of the week that we do get a significant amount of rain, then I don't water the lawn. Throughout the summer, we mowed the lawn about once a week, and occasionally maybe twice a week if we know we had company over on the weekend. The rule of thumb for mowing your lawn is, I think, a quarter of the lawn at a time, but we had to cut maybe half, sometimes 3/4 of the lawn just because of how fast it grew when there was sufficient rain. What you don't see sometimes is the dry patches of grass that are kind of beneath the grass line. So if you're standing on your lawn and you just look around at head height, it's not that easy to see. But if you go up maybe out of your second story window or go above your lawn, you have a better idea of where your lawn needs to be watered. There was a point in the summer where we didn't get any rain for about 2.5 weeks, and it was constantly in the 90s. So it was a very hot, dry week. Normally when that happens, I get huge patches of brown spots, and the grass never comes back for the rest of the season. I basically go into winter like that, and then come spring, I have to patch it up when things start growing again. So instead of giving you the update right after I applied the second shipment, I decided to wait a few weeks and let it grow in, and then give you an update maybe like a month after I applied the second shipment. So after the month of July, where everything got baked and it was super dry, August was a little cooler and we had more rain. So with that, it actually made a huge difference on the outcome of my lawn. As I zoom out here, you can see that the difference between my lawn and the neighbors is pretty significant. My neighbors just mow their lawn, and most of them don't even water it. And the crazy thing is, remember that patchy brown spot in the middle of July? Well, that fully recovered in August, and now going into September, I'm going to end the season with a full unbare lawn. So next year I might have to do something about the clovers because they're growing really well in this new environment. I mean, the grass is growing well too, but so are the clovers, and I don't really care for them. It's kind of funny because the new grass that took root from the Fescue Rescue is super nice. It's nice and dark, fine, soft grass. And it's so nice that it makes the existing grass look like crap. I think next season I'll grab another bag of Fescue Rescue and overseed it again and just keep trying to promote more new grass every year. Alright, so we'll just take a quick dive into the ingredients of Lawn Strong and Grass Machine for this shipment. So Lawn Strong looks like it has a total nitrogen content of 24%. 18.8% is urea nitrogen and 6.2% is other soluble nitrogen. So what's under that asterisk? It looks like 5% slowly available nitrogen from urea triazone. So I'm guessing that's like a slow release nitrogen, so when you put it in the soil, it doesn't all just dump it in at once. Then beneath that you have soluble potash. I think that's how you pronounce it. Then you also have 0.1% iron, and 0.1% of that is all chelate iron. Oh, this is interesting. It says derived from urea triazole, but at the end, look at that. It says molasses. So I guess I'm spraying molasses on the lawn. All right, let's just jump over to the grass machine. The grass machine is 15% nitrogen, 12% urea nitrogen, 3% other soluble nitrogen. You also have 3% soluble potash and 0.1% iron. Oh, and then look at this. This one is derived from seaweed extract. So that's pretty nice. It stays consistent with just a couple ingredients. I know like weed and feed, if you look at the ingredients on that thing, it is a paragraph, if not more. It's a couple paragraphs, I think, of pesticides and herbicides. So I really like the fact that all these nutrients are sprayed on with a hose, because I don't have to worry about the dust particles or anything blowing way off. And when you spray it with the hose, you can actually turn down the volume a little bit so that it doesn't create like a fine mist. It has like large droplets of water that you can direct onto your lawn. So far, it's actually doing a really great job on the lawn. The grass is growing very well, and unfortunately, so are the clovers and some of the crabgrass that I have. But I did notice that there is no more fungus on my lawn. I don't see any more little mushrooms growing out. Dandelions hardly ever grow anymore. And I don't get those little scallions, those little like tufts of round grass. I think they're really just a bunch of scallion weeds, but I don't get any of those anymore. I also think it's great that after a hot summer dry spell of a couple weeks with no rain, that all the grass actually comes back. So I guess the roots are healthier this time, and they were able to overcome the heat and the dryness for a couple weeks. So I think I'm at the point where I believe in the product, and I think it does do some good stuff for you. It's very easy. I literally get packages when I need them, and there's instructions that says when I need to apply them. So I just put them in the calendar, and then one day it'll come up on my phone saying, hey, I need to apply this pouch on this day, or within this week period. As of right now, I'm looking forward to my third and final shipment. I hope going into winter is going to stay nice and strong. Then when spring gets here, we'll have a jump start on the growing season. The roots should be well established, the grass should already be here, and hopefully maybe it'll beat the weeds out or something. I believe next year I'm going to keep trying this. It looks like every year it gets a little bit better and better. So maybe in about 2 years, 3 years, I might be able to have a lawn that's just all really nice grass. All right, so before we wrap this up, I do have a confession to make. Last time when I did the soil test, I completely screwed it up because I didn't look in this packet. So I thought this was just instructions, just the general brochure, and they had some seeds. So I dismissed it. I was like, you know what? I'll look at this later, and we'll figure it out then. Well, turns out inside of this packet, there's a bag that you're supposed to put your soil sample in. And if you notice, there's actually information on here that tags it to my account. So when I sent it back in just a regular clear Ziploc bag, they opened it up and they're probably like, who does this belong to? I don't know. So my dirt sample is just sitting in a lab somewhere, and they probably threw it out by this point. But yeah, I never sent it in with the correct label. So whoops, my bad. Maybe I'll just next year when I buy the next kit, I'll send another dirt sample back, and then we'll get to analyze it then. But I screwed it up this year. Oh well, sorry. We'll revisit this when I know better. The other thing I want to talk about is this Mosquito Deleto. You'll notice that I still have about half a container left. I used half of it, and it turns out I don't think it really does anything to the mosquitoes. If anything, my wife thinks that it got worse. I think the problem with that, though, is that a neighbor's lawn, which is kind of just next to mine, always gets flooded. So there's little pockets of like wetness in his lawn, and they never empty it or they never clean out their yard. So they have like little bits of water sitting everywhere, and I think the mosquito just breeds over there. So even though I applied this Mosquito Deleto on my lawn, it doesn't really have like a good effect in keeping the mosquitoes away. I think it stops the mosquitoes from growing in my lawn, but it doesn't prevent them from coming over from the neighbor. So it only does so much for me. I don't think I'm going to use it next year. The only benefit, though, is that it smells like cedarwood and lemongrass oil. It makes the lawn smell really nice, but it doesn't keep the mosquitoes away. I'm still getting eaten up out there. My kid's always got mosquito bites all over his face. It's terrible. It might be effective if I start hosing this over the fence, but I don't think he'll appreciate that. I might give him this and see if he'll put it on his own lawn for me. I don't know. All right, so anyways, this is the midpoint review. I have one more shipment coming in, which is actually delayed. I got an email saying that there's like delays in the warehouse and I'll get it eventually, but it shouldn't be too far out of my schedule. The next update will probably be somewhere closer to the end of the growing season, maybe end of fall, beginning of winter, because then I can actually see what the winterizing kit does. Anyways, if you have any other questions, leave them in the comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you've tried this, let me know what your results are, because I'm curious to see if it works the same for everyone else. All right, well, that's it for this update. Overall, it's going really well, and I'll drop another update in a couple of months. See you then. Bye.